Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back from another brand new video. Today's video is finally here, and I do apologise that I'm laughing through the intro, but you have to understand I have been choking, and I mean choking to make this video since I saw Steven Gerrard slide on his chesticles across the Rangers dressing room floor celebrating, which was at that point a 99.9% Rangers title win. Oh! A photo boot has gone back to this video, and that's obviously why we're here. We're going to reflect on my prediction video that I made before a ball was kicked this season. We will break down, see how I got on, see how many I got right, and we will also be showing some comments that I received for some of the choices that I made, and by God, should that be absolutely glorious. But as we do have so much to actually discuss in today's video, let's dive over and see the team that I actually picked to finish 12th then, shall we? I do realise, by the way, this is literally everyone's worst nightmare. There's no longer one CJ, there's actually two. Basically, CJ Inception. But anyway, let's see the team that I predicted to finish rock bottom of this league and get relegated straight into the old championship. Then St Johnson. Did I just say St Johnson? Oh, no. Nah, lad, can't be doing that. No. Absolutely ruined. The team that finished 5th and got to 2 cup finals, I predicted to finish rock bottom. But all joking and all that aside, let's be honest, I completely whiffed on this one in every stretch of the imagination. But to be fair, my logic was all towards Tommy Wright and St Johnson. I just saw them like this, a complete partnership. He brought out the best of St Johnson, and I think the job he done there was tremendous. And I just thought with that getting broken up, and it was just being a new manager, obviously coming in there, and Callum Davidson, I know he worked in there before, but you know what I mean, coming in to his first job, I just thought that was a recipe of disaster. But to be fair to Callum Davidson, as I've said all season, I've been shown to know absolutely nothing, because it's been a recipe of complete success, and fair play to them and to the players for having the truly incredible season that they've had. 5th in the league and 2 cup finals. But embarrassing blunder and all that to one side, the team that did finish 12th was none other than Hamilton, whose time in the top flight had finally, and I mean finally, ran out, as we say bye-bye to one plastic pitch, and we may be saying bye to 2 when it's all said and done regarding the playoffs. But regarding the actual Hamilton Football Club, I did say in that video I expected them to be bottom for the majority of the season, but then do what Hamilton always does, has that 5-6 game spell where they just win all their games and somehow, some way survive at the end of the season. But unfortunately for Brian Rice, who's one of the good guys in football, his time had run out and he wasn't able to get that miraculous save again for Hamilton, as they were rock bottom, and deservedly so, as they've been rotten for the majority of the season. So I completely wrong with this one, ladies and gentlemen. But that does lead me perfectly into my 11th spot, because that again is where I predicted Hamilton to be at the end of the season when it was all said and done, and I thought they would go on a run. But it's another team that's sitting on 11th, and it's the team by the name of Kilmarnock. And I don't think there was too many people predicting Kilmarnock to finish 11th. Now, I obviously predicted them to have a very, very bad season, but we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But Kilmarnock's season, from the first whistle pretty much to the last, despite a couple of high points from our boy Kyle Lafferty, who continues to show he is one of the best players ever post-split. I mean, just look at the stats and statistics. He's frightening in the last 6 games, but that's been the high point for Kilmarnock. They've been absolutely rotten, and they face a serious test now regarding the old playoffs. And you never know, ladies and gentlemen, it might just be a bye-bye to Kilmarnock as they get relegated, and a bye-bye to 2 plastic parks. And that's what I want to ask you if you're watching today's video. Do you think Kilmarnock's going to stay in division, or do you think they're going to lose that playoff game and go down to the championship? It'll be an interesting one to see what you think. I think Kyle Lafferty, Chris Burt, the boys will have another type of performance, and they'll do just enough to keep them in the division. But I'm going to be honest with you, with how badly I whiffed St Johnson being last, and the fact that I've went in this 0 for 2, the plums aren't plumping, they're shrinking and getting very sad. So let's move on to the 10th spot then, where the team that finished 10th was none other than Ross County, and the team I predicted to finish 10th was Ross County. So, oh my God, I'm saved for being an utter clown in today's video. At least I've got one, well, two right by the time we get to first spot. And I've not really got too much to add regarding Ross County's season. It was kind of what I said in the video. They would be heavily reliant on their home form. But again, they lost Stuart. They obviously got a new manager in, and Big Yogi done what they done, and they made Celtic their punch bags, and that was enough to keep them in a division. So we move away from the 10th spot. Now we go to the 9th. And what's sickening about the 9th, the 8th and the 7th is I was so damn close to really going on a run here, because in the 9th spot in the league I predicted St Mirren to finish 9th, but the team that obviously finished 9th was Dundee United, and I do apologise for swearing. But what's sickening is you look at that, right, and you look at the 7th spot in the league where it's the exact opposite, where St Mirren finished 7th and I predicted Dundee United. And you know what separates that perfect prediction by me? 1 point and a couple goals. That's cruel, man. Absolutely cruel. But sandwiched in between Tim Crew, we obviously have that 8th spot, and that is none other than Motherwell, who finished there in real life. But that's where I predicted Kilmarnock to finish. And again, so damn close with that, because I predicted Kilmarnock to have an awful season. I predicted Dyer to get sacked, and I predicted them to be near the relegation for the majority of the season. But I was just, maybe I was too blinded by, I just thought Kilmarnock would always do enough based on their home form to get up the table. But aye, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't. They dropped down to 11th, and the team that was sitting 8th is Motherwell after the incredible season they had the year before. Now I'm going to be honest with you, as the voice gets a wee bit higher, I am nervous right now, because we are through 6 spots in the table and I have only one right. Again, I was 1 point and a couple of goals off from getting more than that, but the stats are what they are. I'm only 1 for 6 right now, and that leads us directly in to the 6th spot in the league. But thankfully, ladies and gentlemen, Livingston just never ever lets me down, as I predicted them to finish 6th, and that's exactly where they finished. So I'm currently 2 through 6, and I'll tell you something, that could be worse. It turns out it could, ladies and gentlemen, because if I wasn't embarrassed enough about St Johnstone, we obviously get to the 5th spot where they did finish in real life, but the team I predicted to finish 5th was none other than Hibs. So aye, there's none I can say about this one. I got this in putridly wrong. But it's time for a feel-good story, and one of the reasons I have got a smile on my face is we move to the 4th spot in the league, where I got a bit of crap for my pick here, and I was tweeted at and I was memed and everything like that, because I went ahead and picked Aberdeen to finish 4th. People were saying, oh, he's just bitter, he just hates Aberdeen and hates Derek McInnes because he didn't want to be a Rangers manager. Nah, as Batman once said, because the team that finished 4th was none other than the team I predicted before a ball was kicked, and that was Aberdeen. And in that video I predicted them to lose their control of the 3rd spot, surrender the 3rd spot, and that's exactly what they did. Is they also just kicked Derek McInnes out the door as well, and they look to be losing Lewis Ferguson and Ross McCrory as they welcome in Brown. So any of the Aberdeen fans that was upset at me predicting them perfectly, by the way, 4th next year, you're not going to like it, because it's going to be even lower. It's quite fitting we're now going to talk about the number 3, because that's exactly how many I have right going in to this spot. And you know what's really sickening here, right? I predicted Motherwell to finish here, but this is what I said in the video, right? But look at this. Look at this. Right? Motherwell's playing in Europe for the first time in ages, CJ. They're going to get knocked out, and that's going to negatively affect their season, and they won't be as good as they were last year. Some embarrassment here, ladies and gentlemen. I genuinely could have saved myself so much embarrassment if I just listened. Of course there was going to be a European hangover, but I didn't listen, ladies and gentlemen. I predicted Motherwell to finish there, but of course that's where Jack Ross's Hibs went on to finish, so I didn't get nothing for this year either. Now though, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the top 2 in the division, and I mentioned getting a couple of comments about me picking 4th and daring to say Aberdeen will lose control of that 3rd spot. Well, if you thought that was bad, the amount of crap that I got for saying Celtic would finish 2nd and Rangers would finish 1st this season was absolutely... I was everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, memed, mocked, haha, look at it, I can't wait to come back to this video. None of them has came back, ladies. I'm waiting for these. Where is that? I'm not seeing any, but something that I'm seeing though is a couple of these commentos. Let's have a little gander at these bad boys then, shall we? Because look at that, imagine, look at that. Is that no hilarious? And hilarious is the word, by the way, because there's been so many comments removed for that video. It is absolutely incredible. But I do have plenty of screenshots, and I'm not going to take up all your day, but I want to redo a couple because John Holmes comes in with Celtic have it won by January. Well, John, you got that one absolutely spot on, to be fair. The only part you messed up was you put Celtic instead of Rangers and you put January instead of October. But apart from that, mate, you absolutely nailed it. But speaking of arrogance, Mark Lewis is in here dropping 10 green hearts saying, there's my prediction. Let's see who knows most about football. Well, Mark, with the 10 hearts. It's no you. Next one up says Celtic have added a top goalkeeper and spent 5 points. I'm no point reading this. He's talking about top goalkeepers and I've mentioned Barkas. Let's just move on. Nathan writes in Celtic got AEK Athens' first goalkeeper. Probably would have been better getting a second goalkeeper. And the last one we'll read out because genuinely there is too many. Comes in from Mr. Dublin Mickey says everyone's predicting a Rangers win, but realistically Rangers are a few years off. Few years off. Well, we're 25 points clear now. Jesus Christ, can you imagine what we'll be in a couple of years, ladies and gentlemen? Scary. Morelos will probably be gone and Celtic will sign a decent goalkeeper. He's didn't. But pair of them aside, in fact, he's moving him off the table, so that doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, because Celtic are still miles clear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But let the record show that I got second place and first place right, and first place was all I really cared about, if I'm being honest with you. But that does move me to 5 correct out of the 12, which I think is 41%. Is that right? Or have I just embarrassed myself with old maths? And you know what? Getting 5 out of 12 right, especially that first spot, I'm a happy guy. What about you guys? How many did you get right at the old 12? Did you beat me? Probably did. I'm absolutely useless. I have actually went back and I've checked the comments to see if anyone got a perfect prediction. Now, I've seen a couple edited comments and I don't know if there's a wee bit of cheating going on or that, but honestly, how many out of the 12 did you get, ladies and gentlemen? Make sure you let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. But that's us for another year. That has been my league predictions, reactions video, and I have enjoyed scrolling through the comments. It's a shame so many people went back and deleted all their crap because there's a lot of 10 in a row chants and a lot of Ivory Coast flags. It's just no there anymore, but I guess they can give it. But none of them can actually take it. But with that being said, that's been a fun little video, and again, the end of season content for the rest of the content that's coming up over the summer. We obviously have some Euro stuff where Nathan Patterson and John McLaughlin has been selected for Scotland, and Patterson is the one that really excites me because this could be an incredible summer for a laddie. So I'm going to have some Scotland content, I'm going to have some Croatian and Rangers related international roundup content coming because Hollander's been selected, obviously Barisic, Glenn Kamara, who I think is going to have an incredible Euro. So there's still a lot of things to come, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully you stick with me through the summer without Rangers. And again, if any of the latest Rangers news drops regarding transfers and rumours that you need to actually pay attention to it, I'll make sure to be letting you know right here on the old channel. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Sieging over 92. If you didn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you didn't mind sharing the word about the channel as we try and close in on 50k, that'd be greatly appreciated. But until next time, take care of yourselves. All the best and bye.